In this class, we are going to learn about listening filling the blanks. First, let's have a look at the interface. So, you are going to listen to a recording. You will have transcript of that audio, or I can say you will get a passage. In that passage, there are going to be some blanks or gaps. You need to fill those gaps by listening the audio. This is your activity. Okay, a passage is there, then you are going to listen to audio, and whatever is missing in the passage, just fill it. That's a very simple question. How many passages you are going to get? 2 or 3. And how many blanks in every passage? 4 or 5. So your overall number could be 15. Sometimes for some students the number has been 17, 18 also. Okay, students are getting 4 passages. Usually they get something like 2 or 3. Then about time, there is no such thing. Why? Because once your summarized spoken text is over, then you get overall 20, 21, 2 minutes, something like that, and in those 20 minutes you have to answer all the questions. So if you are wasting, let's say, 10 minutes on this, you will be left with 10 minutes for the remaining 9 questions or remaining 12 questions. Okay, so time is not applicable, but my suggestion is that once the audio is over, spend maximum like 1 minute. Sometimes students they waste so much time here that they do not get time for write from dictation. So plan everything well. Okay guys, my suggestion, 1 minute maximum on every blank after the audio is over. Then this question contributes to your listening and writing skills. If this question is of 30 marks, so something like 16 will be getting contributed to your listening and 14 to your writing module. And if this question is of 25 marks, it will be like 16 and 9, something in that range. Okay guys, then scoring our marks, well, if your blank is correct, you will get 1 mark. If it is not correct, you will get 0. Okay, there is nothing like partial credits here. Okay, very simple question type. Now let me show you one example. So the moment like your question is on the screen, your timer will start. You will have 5 seconds to get ready.
First it was pets, then fish. Now it's poultry and pigs. The list of animals allowed to feed on insects is growing. A new EU law authorizing the use of insect protein in poultry and pig feed came into force earlier this month, a significant milestone for an industry keen to worm its way into the animal feed business. Since a ban on processed animal protein was imposed in 2001 in the wake of the mad cow crisis, soy and fish meal have become the bedrock of animal feed in Europe. Soy and fish meal have become the bedrock of animal feed in Europe.
So that's all. This is how you are going to get question in the exam. After your audio is over, allowed, milestone spelling is correct, fish meal and processed. Okay. The only thing is like the moment you are getting question, immediately check like where is the first blank. If your first blank is here, be very careful. Sometimes we are not ready, okay, to write. So if the first blank is at the very start, immediately click there and be ready to write. That is one thing. And second thing, sometimes 2 blanks are very close. Let's say if 1 blank is here and second is here. By the time you are done writing this blank, the speaker would have discussed maybe these words, or maybe he may be done with the sentence. So if 2 blanks are close, be very careful. If the first blank is at the very start, also be very careful. These 2 are the tips. Okay, rest everything depends on grammar. And now it is written allowed. If you have missed this word allowed, then no one can help you. But if you heard something like allow, now in that case you have something like, we have some grammar rules. You think try to recollect those rules in mind, and then you can answer whether it is allowed, whether it is allows, whether it is allow or not. Okay, so if you miss any word, then nothing can help you. You can't guess it. But if you have heard the word, then at least there is a chance you can. Okay, so this is how you are going to get question in the exam. 4 blanks were there, so it will be a 4 marks. Well, exact marking is different. It's not like one number for 1 blank, so it is different. But I'm talking in general, like one blank, let's say 1 mark or 2 marks. It depends, on number of blanks you are getting. Okay, let's do one more.
President Trump has warned Turkey's President Erdogan that foreign interference is complicating the situation in Libya. It comes after Turkish MPs approved a bill allowing the military to be deployed to intervene in Libya's civil war in support of the UN-backed government in Tripoli. The United States is to ban a number of popular e-cigarette flavors to curb the rising use of vaping products among teenagers. However, menthol and tobacco flavors will be allowed to remain on the market, and large refillable vaping devices are completely exempt from the ban.
Okay, so see here, we have the first word interference, then military to be deployed. Okay, now if you miss this word deploy, then you can't answer. But if you know like something like deploy was there, then at least we have some chance. Why? It is written B, so with B we have the third form deployed. If you miss this word curb, you cannot. Okay, now here we cannot apply any rule, and you can't even think like, okay, I will read the sentence, I will try to make the sense. Okay, if you're trying to make the sentence in all the blanks, then you will end up wasting 2-3 minutes on one passage. So you may miss your right from dictation itself. So do not do that. First listen carefully, and then guys, you have like large and market and large refillable. So here, are you sure like it is double L or single L? If you make mistake today, that's all. Make a note of that mistake and refer it again. Don't make spelling mistake. Don't think like I'll go through all the spellings and then I will start correcting. It has never worked for any student and it will not work. Okay. So, and also there is one more thing. Even if you go through a list of words, important words, there is no guarantee that this curve will be there, or refillable will be there, or deployed will be there. So this is how you are going to get. Now I have one important suggestion for you. The first one, that keep my grammar rules in mind. They will definitely help you. If you have missed a word, then my grammar rule will not help you. Okay, nothing can help you in that case. Do not miss any word at all. This is the basic rule. Okay, if you listen a word, you are not sure, then with the help of these grammar rules you can answer that. But if you miss the word, then consider it like you have lost 1 mark. If you have missed 2 words, 2 marks are gone. Okay guys, now let's discuss grammar. The first rule you have to keep in mind is singular and plural, and then I will say keep subject, verb, agreement, and then I will say keep tense in mind. Why I am including all these in one point itself? Let me give you one example. So let's say if I say the dog dash loudly every morning. Okay, then I'll write the same sentence again. So here we have, I'll go with this one, the dogs. I'll write plural here, and then I'll go with dog only. Now the dog, I will say, barks loudly every morning. It is every morning, so it has to be what? Present simple, so it has to be your S here. Okay, if it is every morning. Got it? The dogs, now it is what? Your plural, bark loudly every morning. So I'll go with your what? This one. So there won't be any S here. And then you have the dog. Now in this case, I can even say the dog barked loudly every morning. Yes, he barked loudly every morning till something happened. It depends on the context. Okay, so even this is also correct. It depends on the context, but this is also correct. You need to keep all these rules in mind. Okay, well, it's not rule you need to keep, like whether it is, you have to take care of singular, plural, subject, verb and tense in mind. Okay, if I specifically talk about singular and plural, so let's say if I say there is a cat on the roof, there are cats on the roof. Now, if you know the word is cat, but if you have doubt whether it is cat or it is cats, how you can decide? If it is A, then it will be your singular cat. If it is R, it will be what? It will be your cats. I hope you have understood this point. Okay. So this is, a common mistake here. Then I will suggest you to keep helping verbs. Okay. Well, active and passive in mind. Keep this also. Now, what is this? Uh, someone cleans the someone cleans the room every day. Room is cleaned by someone every day. Then someone is cleaning the room. Room is being cleaned by someone. Now based on that I will go for my other two also. So here I go. Then I'll explain like what is the mistake. So now I will go over like someone cleaned the room every day. Room was being cleaned room was cleaned by someone every day. Okay. Then someone was cleaning the room. Room was being cleaned by someone every day. In journal, what? In present, one thing like in present continuous, what you do? You write is or am or are, and then you have what? V1 plus ing, right? So it is like this, or I would say with the verb like you add ing. So it is in this way. Now, students know, like, if it is present continuous, it is your fourth form, ing. Okay. But here, if you see, with is you have ing, but is with is you have end also, third form also. So when you are saying, now this is what? This is your what? Present simple. Okay. This is your present simple. What is this one? This is your present simple, but the passive form, indirect one. This is what? This is your present, then what? Continuous. Okay. This is present continuous, and here we have what? We have exactly the same thing, present continuous but passive. If you know the word is what? If you know the word is clean and you are not sure, then check if is there or not. You know, like the word is clean and you know the tense is present simple. You know these two things. Guys, listen carefully. You know the present simple tense and you know like the word is clean. Then in that case, what to write? Whether to write ed or s, it depends on your context. If it is, then do what? Then go for ed. Meaning is same only. Okay, meaning is same only. So keep your active and passive in mind, and then guys keep your basic helping verbs in mind. Okay. With has, have. Okay, has, have, had. You have what? You have third form of the verb. Okay, v3. Keep this in mind. He has stopped playing, let's say, cricket. Very basic, tense rule in mind. But still students are making mistake. That's why, I have to discuss these. I'm not going to jump in detail. So with, has, have, had, go with this one. Okay, these are still okay, means many students face problems, especially in this one. Okay, sometimes they face problem subject verb agreement. That is also not that big issue in listening fill in the blanks, but the big issue is with what? Big issues with the next rule, that is your parallelism rule, this rule. Now again I'll explain in a very simple way. So if you have something uh, like this, if there is base form of the verb, okay, base form of the verb before and base form of the verb before and, then it has to be base form of the verb after and. Okay, this is like this. Example. So example can be your it can be like I can say she can sing and dance. She can sing or dance. I will discuss. Okay, I'll just stop here. That I'll discuss in the other one. Now, the base form of the verb and base form of the verb before and before after and after and, it has to be same. Okay, it has to be the same thing. So she can sing and dance, she can sing or dance. So if it is base form before and, then it has to be base form after your and also. Okay, then there is one more thing. Don't with can I need to write first form only. Okay, now I'll explain in this way. With can I will write your first form, can sing, and now since there is first form before and, so it has to be first form after and. Got my point? Now I'll sum up this rule in this way. So before coordinating conjunctions, okay, before coordinating conjunctions like are, okay, are, then nar, but, then comes your but, then comes your so, then comes your for, then we have and, we have your yet. So base form before and after them, this is a rule. Okay, keep this in mind. Then we have like what? Then we have like list of series. Okay, list of series. Okay, same grammatical form. Example, every morning I like doing, let's say I like doing jogging, comma, swimming, and let's say reading. Now you cannot say every morning I like doing jogging, swimming. Well, I do not need to say doing here. I like jogging, swimming, and read. It will be incorrect. It has to be what? Your ing. Okay, guys. Now, what is the rule here? They all are your gerunds. They all are your gerunds. If I write read, then it will become your what? It won't be your noun, it will be your verb. So it will be incorrect. Okay. Then another rule is now why I'm referring only your and. I will, because we get and commonly in our fill in the blanks. Plural before, plural before and after what? And then are. That's all. These two are common. I will discuss the advantages and disadvantages of, let's say, XYZ. This is the common rule for writing also, essay writing also. Now if it is plural before your and, it has to be plural after your and. Okay, again, like base form thing is there, but why I'm discussing specifically, because students are making mistake, especially in this case. Okay, then guys, you have another one when you are comparing something. Okay, in case of comparison also you have to do the same thing. Now comparison with what, with your, then, or with, as. Okay, in case of this one, again, I can say like the structure should be same before and after them. For example, we have like, I'll say he is good, at dancing. He is good at dancing. No, he is as good, he is as good at dancing as singing. Now both are what? Both are your ing. Both ing forms. This is the rule. Okay guys, in the same way we can go with your then also. Okay, with then also we need to follow the same rule. Okay, the rule I followed here for your as. Then coming on to next one, the next rule is keep quantifiers, qualifiers in mind. Singular, okay, singular, plural, countable, or I would say quantifiers, qualifiers. Then we have like countable and uncountable nouns. I'm combining them. Why? Because they are kind of same. Okay, rule is kind of same only, so that's why I'm writing under your one heading only. So what is the rule? So the basic rule is like when for example, I'll go with your word. Let's say, how many books do you have? So what is the word here? Many. If it is many, then it has to be your books. Okay, so very very simple one. In the same way, if you okay, for first I'll write your many. Go with plural. In the same way, if you have, let's say, if you have several, you have numerous. Okay, you have numerous, then you need to follow the same rule. Okay, what is that one? Plural. Then we have sum. Now in case of sum, the rule is a bit different. It depends on countable and uncountable. Okay, for example, if I say I bought some bread. Now it is what? It is your uncountable. Okay, it is uncountable. And if I say for the same word sum, I bought some, let's say, apples, it is your countable. Now if I tell you, whenever like you are getting some, write plural. So okay, fine. When it is like your apples, you can when the word is apple, you can write apples. Why? Because sum is there. when the word is like bread. Now bread is uncountable. You can say, one loaf of bread, one piece of bread, or one packet of bread. That is different thing. But if you have the word just bread, then you cannot write breads. I bought some bread. Okay, so you have to keep this countable uncountable thing in mind, and then, like, with these quantifiers, qualifiers, some, much, many, most, you have to use accordingly. In the same way, we have this word like all. Okay, all. Now if I say, all the cookies have been eaten. Fine. Now I can use this one in this way. All the tea is cold. Okay. So here I won't be writing tea is in cold. Countable and uncountable. All the tea is uncountable. Cookies are countable. Okay. In the same way. So what I'm trying to tell you, that whenever, like, you have these words: many, several, some, all, okay, more. So I'll sum up every word here. Countable and uncountable, I will just write list here. So how many words are there? First of all, we will start with your some, then we have several, then we have your numerous. Okay, then we have much, we have many, and then all, most, some is done, and any is there. Okay, any, lots of, a lot of, little, a little, few, a few, then we have like enough, more, we have enough, we have more. You need to write plural with these words, but it again depends on your this one, countable and uncountable. Okay, a couple of. Okay, a couple of is also there. Let's say a couple of. I hope you have understood what I'm trying to say, that you need to keep these words in mind. Now go through these examples. Okay. Then what else you have to keep in mind when you know the word but you are not sure? Sometimes, students, they I'll say, they do not keep models in mind. With can, with should, he can do this, he should do this. Okay, he will done it, no, he will do it, he will complete his homework. Well, exactly not, I won't write will here. No, okay, I'll just go with can, should. So you have first form, can be, should be, it will be your v3. Then in the same way, what other models are there? So the other models are, you go with the will also. I'll keep it in this only. Why? Because in journal students are getting, okay, will base form. Okay, then comes your like could have, should have, would have. Okay, can have, he can have, he can have this, he can have. Decide in that way what you are going to write. It is again going to be your v3. Okay, then what else? That's all, I think. The basic, whatever is basic, that I have discussed. Other models are also there. May is also there, might is also there. Okay, So I'll write those also. So try to understand the concept. Many students make mistake here. They do not write third form, and when they have, has, have, had, they again miss the third form. When they when it is written like some, several, they don't write as. And when I tell them to write as, and then in that case they make what mistake, some. Okay, with some apples can also be there, with some bread only, because it is uncountable, then I cannot write your this one breads. So these are basic rules you have to keep in mind. Okay, I'll just go through all. Singular, plural, subject, verb, agreement, and tense. Based on the subject, you need to write your verb. Okay, one thing. Based on the subject, you need to write singular or plural. Okay, guys. Then active and passive. So with is, ing is also there. With is, your ed is also there. If it is present simple but passive, it will be your is clean, means third form. If it is your present continuous and there is, you have to go with ing. Then keep basic things in mind. Has, have, had, third form. Likewise, your will is there. With will, first form I have already discussed. Will have, it will be your third form. Okay. Have been, it is going to be again ing. Then parallelism. Whatever is before and, or whatever is before or, it has to be same thing after these. Okay. Whatever is before and, same thing after and. Whatever is before or, same thing after or. Okay. Then comes your list of series. Every morning I like jogging, swimming, reading. So follow the same pattern. Follow the pattern. What is the pattern here? First form. What is the pattern after and? First form. In the same way here also. Then comparison. Like with this one, your whenever you are comparing by using your words like then and as, then you need to go with what? Go with the same form. He is as good at dancing as singing. Got it? Then you have quantifiers, qualifiers. You need to keep countable and uncountable thing in mind, and then you have to answer. And with models also you have to follow these basic. So 5 6 things. Okay, that's all. 5 6 things. The base is what? That you cannot miss any word. I am repeating again and again. If you miss word, these rules are zero. They won't help you. So that's all, guys. Now let's do some more practice.
2 decades ago, Kashmiri houseboat owners rubbed their hands every spring at the prospect of the annual influx of tourists. From May to October, the hyacinth-choked waters of Dal Lake saw flotillas of vividly painted shikaras carrying Indian families, boho Westerners, young travelers, and wide-eyed Japanese. Carpet sellers honed their skills, as did purveyors of anything remotely embroidered, while the houseboats initiated by the British Raj provided unusual accommodation. Any foreigners venturing there risked their lives, proved in 1995 when 5 young Europeans were kidnapped and murdered.
Okay, so see, what do we have here? First one, influx of tourist. So you need to write correct spelling. tourists. It has to be plural. Okay, because they are not talking about just one tourist. So based on that, tourist s. Then the carpet sellers dash their skills as did. It is your past. Here also sa, it means it is past tense. So honed, honed, means the d sound was not clear. Honed. So students, they get confused like it is horn only. Then while the houseboats initiated, again like it has to be your past. Then risked their lives. They are not talking about one life, lives. So all the grammar rules are applicable here, and they are applicable again. I am saying repeating again. I am repeating the same thing. They are applicable only like when you know the word. When you miss the word, then you can't. Okay. Let's do one more.
Green chemistry is a concept designed to develop technologies which allow chemistry to be practiced with minimal damage to the environment or in an environmentally compatible way. And it's meant to cover both chemical processes and chemical products. The center, if you would, set up about 7 or 8 years ago, and the idea was to provide a hub of activities that covered fundamental research work, industrial collaboration, but also educational developments. So we work with schools and on public projects as well, and also networking. So we network out to well over 1,000 people around the globe.
So we have first one technologies, second one compatible, third one products, fourth one fundamental. That's all, only 4 were there. So this is how you have to answer these. Here also we won't be getting help from the grammar. I need to listen carefully only. Okay guys, let's do one more.
The thing that makes it difficult is because even if life had evolved on Mars, the chances of it being preserved are very small. If we use Earth as a reference and our planet is teeming with life, yet it rarely preserves evidence of life in the fossil record. And the focus now is on exploring for habitable environments. You're looking for water, a source of energy, either solar energy or thermal energy or chemical energy, and then organic carbon, assuming life as we know it on Earth, based on carbon. So those are sort of the 3 things that we're looking for in the course of our mission.
The audio was not clear here, and be ready for this type of audio also. First one reference, second one habitable, third one a source of energy, then the organic, again like 4 were there. Okay guys, so even though I said like you can get help from grammar, but the reality is like grammar will only come into play when you know the word. Okay, and students who I won't say like students they score 9 out of 9 or 10 out of 10 because of grammar. If someone is good, he won't need any grammar help. He will simply write every word. So practice as much as you can, then only you will become good. And here the target for you is like 9 out of 9 or 15 out of 15. Worst case you can answer just 1 incorrectly. Okay, that is the worst case. It's not like 7 out of 9 or 6 out of 9. You want to score 79, you have to answer all correctly. For 79 there is no margin for us. So I hope you have got the idea. The question is very simple. It's all about practice only, and whatever things were there I have already discussed, like you have to take care of parallelism, whatever is before and you have to write after and also. Then in the same way you have what you say, the base form of verb before and, then it has to be base form of the verb after and. Then some tense, if you know the word but you are doubtful whether it is ed, whether it is s or first form, you can you can keep subject verb agreement, you can keep tense in mind, you can keep singular plural in mind, those basic rules only. Okay, so that's all guys, thank you very much.